So today I'm going to share with you how video editing changed my life. Now, I feel like this is a little dramatic, but when I think about it, it really has. Now, I will spare you the details of my childhood because that is not one of these videos, but video editing for me has helped me in three main areas of my life, and that is career growth, confidence, and purpose. Now, before I get started, I would like to know if you are here because you enjoy video editing. I would like to know why you would like to get better at it. Is it because you want to do better at your job, or you starting a personal project? Why do you want to get better at video editing? Let me know in the comments. Now, a lot of people actually don't know this about me, but I actually did not start in video editing. I actually thought I wanted to be a graphic designer. So after high school, I went to a arts college and I was a graphic design major. But I quickly realized art is subjective, and people can think anything of it. I mean, I guess you could say that about a video too, but it's like when I was doing art, nobody understood what I was doing or what I was trying to say. So I remember I did this drawing of a number room, and people said it looked like a pyramid, or it looked like a matrix, or basically everything except for what it was. I mean, very interesting perspectives, but again, nobody understood what I was doing. So I stayed in art school for about a year, and then I left because, it was a little far and I wanted to be closer to my family. And also, the tuition was super high. And I'm like, I'm not doing this. So I came back home and I, basically applied to a new college, and which was Temple University, and they did not let me into the art program, but they did let me into the school. So I was like, okay, whatever. I'll just switch to another major because I don't think my mind was completely set on being a graphic designer. I just knew I kind of wanted to do something creative. So I switched it to film and media arts. It has the word art in it, right? So, I switched over there to there, and it didn't I wasn't as excited at first to be in film. It didn't give me, I guess, the same rush as creating an art project, but I did notice that people actually understood where I was coming from now. And little did I know, but switching my major from being an art major to a film major completely, changed the course of what I wanted to do. Now, the film school that I went to, it was really heavily dependent on, or they really heavily taught about going to LA and making movies and doing documentaries and stuff. And I did do a couple short documentaries which I really loved, but I didn't really want to move to LA. I was like, I don't really want to do that. I don't think I really want to do movies. But I did really like the editing part of my assignments. Video editing gave me a voice to where I could communicate how I was feeling and how other people was feeling, and while other people were watching that video, they could feel it through the video. And they knew exactly what I was talking about. Now, this also helped me because I wasn't always the most communicative person. At least the people that didn't know me, this always surprises people when I say this, but I am very introverted, and, I just sometimes don't like to talk to people, if I'm being honest. So, and then paired with that, I also had trouble expressing myself. So I knew what I wanted to say, I just didn't know, I guess, how to say it, which, I have that problem no longer, but it was a really big problem a few years back. But like I was saying, creating videos was different for me because I was able to get what I was saying across through visuals. So when I was not in school, or when I was not working, I worked at an after school program at the time. I would take on freelance projects and help business owners around the city. And my first big project came about because they actually saw one of my short documentaries, which was one of my homework assignments, because I worked at an after school program, and I was a Scrabble coach, so I had to take these kids around the city and they had to go to different competitions. So I was like, I'm working, I have all these other projects on the side, I don't have time for homework, right? So I just did my homework on my job, which was me being a Scrabble coach. The people that we were partnered with at the competition, they saw that, and pandemic happened, they were like, you know, can you edit these videos for us so that our kids can still see the educational content online? And I was like, sure. And this was my first big project. I charged them $600 to create these videos. I was like, whoa, wow. Like, I think up until that point, that was the most I ever charged for a project. And it was with my video editing skills, which I really thought was cool. But still to this day, video editing still pays me the most because one, it's an in-demand skill, and two, there's like a lot of people creating content out here, but not everybody knows how to edit their own content. Not everybody wants to edit their own content, and not everybody has the patience to actually edit their own content. So that's why video editing is such an in-demand skill. And then we all know that without social media, it's kind of really hard to get your brand out there and put yourself out there. So creating content or video content is the best way to do that. When it was time for me to graduate and sort of figure things out, I'm like, okay, do I want to stay here? You know, I actually got another job offer, full-time job offer from like another place, and they wanted me to come work with them. Or, you know, do I just want to, you know, do this thing on my own and try to figure out how I can do this? And I decided that I was actually going to, you know, do my own thing with video. And before I left my job, I got like a really big project. It was a retainer for about $2,000 for the next 4 months. So I was like, you know what, screw this. This is about how much I make at my job anyway. So I'm just going to, you know, just bet on myself and figure out how to do this and figure out how to help businesses create their video content and edit their videos. Now, since then, I have edited probably over 100 videos for myself and my clients. And now I also have the confidence to start almost any project I want to start. So I've created a video podcast. I am now on YouTube because I know that I can say what I need to say, and also that I can edit my own stories and I can edit my own content. And I don't have to pay anybody. It gave me a monetizable skill, so I'm able to work with people not only around me in my area, but I have had clients before all over the United States. It gave me and the businesses I have worked with a voice. You know, I was able to edit their video content or maybe even repurpose their webinars to like a specific. It gave me and the businesses I work with a voice because I was able to strategize how they could say certain things on social media, and also I could take their webinars or their long form video content and I was able to repurpose it to go with their existing social media plans. Till this day, I still may not be able to, you know, be the best copywriter, or I might not be the best drawer or artist or whatever you want to call it, but I know that I know how to edit a video, so I start there. Now, if you like this video, you might be interested in another video that I did this month, and it's basically the most common mistakes that people make when they're first starting to edit. If you want to watch it, I'll leave the video in the description box, and also I'll put it on the end card of the video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next week.